wise and then project wise, right? So majorly we go for Selenium to reduce the regression execution time and then cost, right? And also we discussed what are the course contents we are discussing and what is the course duration. Okay, so that topics we discussed yesterday. And today, so we'll continue with little bit introduction about software testing with automation. Okay, yeah. So chapter 1, introduction of automation testing. Introduction of automation testing. Okay. So in this first, what is software testing? Yes, sir. Anybody? Anybody? And yesterday we have discussed your roles and responsibilities, right? Your roles and responsibilities yesterday. What are the roles and responsibilities are there, sir? Where I saved that file? Which folder I saved, sir, yesterday? Did anybody remember that? Anybody respond, sir? What are the responsibilities you have? Understanding application requirements.
Automation
feasibility, involving in automation feasibility.
Automation.
And, understanding of automation test plan document. Involving in test script designing.
Automation.
Involving in test scripts reviews. Yes, correct. Involving in test scripts execution.
Debugging.
Reporting and tracking. Yeah, debugging. And then test script reviews. And then
Acceptance
testing, right? That's we discussed yesterday, right? Yeah. So introduction of automation testing. What is software testing? So software testing is the process of validate whether software is developed as per customer requirements are, right? Okay. So how many ways we can test a software? So we have two ways. One is manual testing, and second one is also automation testing. Okay, so we can conduct testing in two ways: manual testing and then automation testing, right? And here, what is manual testing? Anybody? Anybody? For example, jQueryUI.com. jQueryUI.com. Okay. Now, just click on this link, and I want to verify whether can I drag and drop properly or not. Okay. Now, this is manual testing. So here I want to test a functionality drag and drop. So I can test this functionality in two ways: manual as well as automation. So manual means what, sir? Manually and physically, a person opened a browser and interacting with your computer and performing operations and then validating. That's what we're calling as a manual testing. Okay. So manually means physically, a person is communicating with the computer, performing operations on computer like jQueryUI.com. I am opening. I am entering this URL. Okay. Now, I am entering physically performing operations on application, and I'm going to drag and drop working. This is called manual testing. But if I write a program for the same operations which I performed as a manual, and we're executing that we're calling as an automation testing. So manual testing is a process of testing the software by humans by performing operations on application physically. Manual testing. Okay, so manual testing is a process of testing the software by humans. But how are we performing, sir? Physically, I'm interacting with the application. So what are the customer requirements are there? Same thing, I'm going to perform physically to the application, and then I'm going to validate. That we're calling as a manual test. Okay. So what is automation testing? Okay. So the same process, if I write some program, same process, if I write the program and executing, that we're calling as an automation testing. Okay. So automation testing is a process of testing the software by using automation tools. That's it. So Selenium is an automation tool, right? Tosca is one automation tool. So with the tools, I'm writing some program, and then we are executing the programs and then validating. That we are calling as automation testing. So manual under physical of a person physically interacting with application and testing is manual testing. But we are using some automation tools, some other softwares I'm using. So there I'm writing some programs and just a click run button. That we are calling as automation testing. In manual testing, person is required, but in automation testing, sir, person is not required. So we can save time. I can do some other work. For example, I want to verify login functionality. Okay. So for example, I want to verify login functionality. Okay. So I have to open the application and then physically I have to enter the username and I have to enter password, click on login button. And then I have to verify whether login success or not. And then I have to click on logout and then close the browser. These operations I perform manually means what, sir? A person should be there in front of computer. Right or wrong? Manual testing. But what I'm doing, sir, automation, sir, I am not doing anything. Just I written a program. Okay, and just click run button. That's it. And then your application will, your software, your automation program will validate without our interactions. That we're calling as automation. Okay, I will show you, sir. 1 second. Just give me questions. See, sir. So I will explain what is automation testing. Okay. See here. See, sir. Yeah, you don't know anything about this, okay? But what is manual testing and what is automation testing? I'm trying to explain. Okay. So now this is one Selenium 2. So here I will write a program to open browser. Okay. And then enter username, password. Click submit button, login button. And then verify login. And then log out. And then close the browser. Okay. If I perform these operations physically with respect to the application, manual testing. But what I'm doing here it is, I'm writing a program for this in Selenium and just run button, just to run Java application. Then your program will verify whether login successfully working or not. That we are calling as automation testing. So manual testing, a person is required. Automation testing, a software is required. That's it. Okay, no? So manual testing, whenever I perform manual testing, I sit in front of computer and I will perform all the operations what we require. Okay. But automation testing, sir, my interaction is not required. I open the software and just click run button. That's it, run button. Then I can continue another work in another computer. So I can do multiple activities here. So my testing is going on and then I can work some other task. So that is automation testing. So automation testing is a process of testing the software by using automation tools by writing some programs. Writing some automation programs. Okay. Why do we go for automation testing? Why do we go for automation testing? Because we have some drawbacks. Manual testing. Yesterday we have seen, right, some drawbacks we have seen, right, in yesterday demo. I have explained some releases, release 1, 2, release 3, release 4. And in every release we have some cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3, like that, right? What is the first drawback we have seen, sir, yesterday? It takes
Time consuming.
more regression execution time, right? It takes more regression execution time.
Execution cost.
Yes, next cost. It takes more regression execution cost. It requires. Okay, these are the drawbacks, right? And apart from that, we are also having some other drawbacks also there. It requires more resources, more number of resources to perform more tasks. It requires more human resources to perform more tasks. Okay, for example, what is this? I have total functionalities are 500 scripts are there. Okay, 500 functionalities are there total. So I have to test 500 scripts, functionalities. Okay, one script or one functionality taking 2 minutes of time. 2 minutes of time. Okay. So total, how many scripts are there? 500 scripts. So now total times are 500 into 2. So 1000 minutes, right? 1000 minutes. But now I want to complete execution or testing in 100 minutes. Okay, then what do you do? See, total functionalities are 500. Our total scripts are 500. Okay, to test one functionality or one script, it is taking 2 minutes. So total 500 into 2. So total 1000 minutes. But so my manager said, my client said, no, I don't want to spend 1,000 minutes now. I need execution in 100 minutes. Then what do you do basically? I don't want to spend 1,000 minutes. I need execution testing in 100 minutes. Yes, sir. Just to tell me the logic. What do we do here? Just guess it. Okay. See here. What I will do is 1,000 minutes by 100 minutes. I need 10 computers. Right? I need 10 computers. What I'm doing is 100. See. So now 10 computers. In 10 computers, one computer, 50 scripts I'm executing. Okay. So what I'm doing is I am arranging 10 computers here. 2, 3 like this, 10 computers. Okay. So I am arranging 10 computers. So here scheduling 50 scripts, 50 functionalities. And here 50 scripts. Like here 50. Right? So 15 to 10 computers, right? So total 500 scripts. Okay. 15 to 2 minutes. So 100, 100, 100. And we need 10 resources, right? And we need 10 resources. Because we are performing it manual, definitely one person should be there, right? So here also one person, here also one person. So total, we need 10 computers. Okay, in one computer, I am testing 50. Okay, and then 10 persons are required. This is about what's a manual. It is manual. So whenever I want to perform more tasks in less time, I need this manual power. Okay, I need a manual testers. Compulsory. 10 computers I need to execute, and then 10 members I need. Then only I can complete these 500 functionalities in 100 minutes only. Okay. But here it requires more number of resources. But now if I convert this process into automation, okay, automation, these are all not required. They're not required. Just I will write a program. I will write a program in one computer. Okay, I'll write a program, automation program in one computer. Okay, here. So write an automation program to execute scripts in multiple machines. Okay, and execute at the same time. Now, how many resources are saving, sir, here? 10 resources we are saving. Caesar, to execute, we have to click a run button, right? That also interaction not required. Manual interaction also not required. Okay. So we have some options at a particular time I want to execute. That is also possible in automation. So our presence also not required in automation process. Okay. I want to start the execution at the evening 9 p.m. But my logout at 8 p.m. only. Because build is ready at 9 p.m. evening. But I'm taking a logout at 8 p.m. My cab is at 8 o'clock. Then next day only the chance is there, right, to execute. That also we can overcome with automation. I will write a program where the program will hit a program to execute all the scripts at 9 o'clock. That's also possible. So here, what happened here? We can overcome the resources, multiple resources not required. So whenever I want to perform more number of tasks in less time, if I go with the manual testing, definitely physical interaction should be there. So I should arrange 10 manual testers. But if we're converting into automation testing, we don't require any resource. Just we need a program and then scheduling. That's it. At a particular time, it executes. So that is another drawback. It requires more human resources to perform more tasks. So whenever we want to perform more tasks in less time, definitely we need a multiple computers only and multiple resources only, right? If manpower is increasing, you can complete the work, more work in less time. Definitely, right? But if you go with the manual and we need to arrange this all physical setup. But if it is automation, sir, just not required. Just we can write a setup. Sorry, we can have a setup program. That's it. But automation program will take care about this. So that is one more drawback of your manual testing. So next, repeating same task again and again. Okay, repeating same task again and again. Okay. In yesterday, we have a sorry. In yesterday, sir, release 1 is there, release 2 is there, right? And release 3 also there. So here we are covering 300 and here we are covering the 300 requirements in yesterday session, 400. And here we have a cycle 1, 100, cycle 2, 100, cycle 3, 100. So first we are covering a functional testing and then regression testing, right? Here functional testing, regression testing on 100, right? Now here what happens, sir? Old regression 100 plus new regression 100. Yesterday, right? So total 200. And here functional testing. Now old regression 200 plus new 100 regression, right? So suppose there is a functionality, cycle 1 functionality you are testing in cycle 1 and also cycle 2 and also cycle 3. So repeating a same functional testing in again and again, we will feel poor, right? Because we are human beings. Okay, we are human beings, right? So performing the same task again and again, we are not having the same interest whenever we start the testing first time. Definitely we'll feel bored. If we are performing the testing with a bore mentality, definitely we may do some mistakes to overcome that automation testing. Okay. See, sir, Bahubali movie. Starting day, sir, it was very crazy, right? But nowadays, sir, so are you watching now, sir, with same interest now, Bahubali movie, part 1, part 2? No, right? Same interest, no. Same kind of testing like this. See, for example, you are in the same project for 5 years. Same project for 5 years. Definitely you are looking for some project change, right? Or you are working on the same project. Definitely I look for some change, right? Because I will feel bored and then I'm not getting any technical skills increasing. Because if I perform with multiple functionality, then only I can have a increase of my technical skills. So manual testing, but automation testing, sir, it's not a human being, right? Just is a software. So software doesn't have any feelings. I can run any number of times. It won't bother. So whenever we have some repeating tasks are there, sir, I'm going to automate those. So repeating same task again and again. Okay. See, sir. Suppose here no automation testing is there. For example, in this situation, no automation. Okay, and you have to perform more tasks in less time. So instead of 8 hours, you are working 10 hours per day now. Okay. First day is fine, second day is fine, but third day onwards, so you are getting some tiredness, right? Okay. So during tiredness, if I'm getting, sir, as a human being, sir, I may do some mistakes. So if I'm doing a mistake in testing, sir, definitely have a bugs. Drawback. Okay. Tiredness of the tester. Tiredness of the testers. Means which was when we work more number of hours. Then manual testers, testers will be kindness like this. Kindness of testers. So then if your pressure is there and then you are performing tasks, sir, definitely as human beings, sir, definitely I do some mistakes. Means what, sir? I'm not doing a correct testing. Then compulsory we have some defects, bugs. Okay. This is one reason why do we go for automation. Okay, human errors. Okay, like this. So majorly, these are the drawbacks of manual testing. Okay, so to overcome this manual testing drawbacks, automation testing is introduced. See, sir, what is software? Ways of softwares, manual testing and automation testing. And manual testing is a process of testing the software by humans by performing operations on application physically. And here, what is automation, sir? Automation testing is a process of testing the software by using automation tools, by writing some automation programs. And why do we go for automation? Because we have some drawbacks of manual testing. It takes more regression execution time, takes more regression execution cost. Yesterday we discussed, and it requires more human resource to perform more tasks in less time. So it requires more human resource to perform more tasks in less time. Repeating same task again and again, not possible. Okay. And if you are continuously working instead of 8 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours per day, definitely we got tiredness because we are all human beings. But I can execute test scripts 24 hours because it's software. It won't get any tiredness because it's not a human being, right? So that's the reason we go for automation testing. To overcome all the drawbacks of manual testing, we go for automation testing. But what are the advantages automation testing? Above you can cover into automation. Okay, of course, what are the disadvantages? Automation testing. Anybody? So do we have any disadvantages also there with automation?
Continuous changes doesn't work in this.
Sorry?
Continuous changes in the application doesn't work with automation.
Yeah, we have to change the program code.
Yeah, but it is difficult to change all the time, sir, right, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, that also comes under, but we have to overcome that because as you're working in a fixed bit and then non-fixed projects, right? We have two types of projects out there. Fixed cost, fixed time, fixed bit, non-fixed bit projects. Fixed cost, but time is not fixed. So whenever it is non-fixed projects, as per the customer modifications, we have to do. So that also comes under your drawback only, but process-oriented drawbacks.
Sir, it is difficult to cover all the edge cases.
Means what, sir? In all functionality or testing all functionalities, not possible. Testing all function not possible, but manual possible, 100% possible. Example, captcha.
Like API also is not possible with us, sir.
Java చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్ యా జావాతోని మనం బేసిక్ కొంచెం చేసుకోవచ్చు కోర్ జావా రాసుకొని ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసుకొని బేసిక్ సమ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అండ్ ఆల్సో వెబ్ సర్వీస్ టెస్టింగ్ సపరేట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఇస్ దేర్ ఫర్ దట్ ఓకే టెస్టింగ్ ఆల్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్. Okay, so as a automation tester responsibility, we do automation feasibility, right? In this, I analyze test cases. What test case I can go for automation possible and what test cases cannot possible. That I'm going to analyze. In that, for example, captcha. What is captcha functionality? I entered username, entered password, but clicking on submit button, I have to enter the captcha for security reasons. Captcha nothing but an image, right? From that image, I cannot retrieve text with the automation tool. So if it is manual, I am there in front of computer, I can see with my eyes, and then I can capture that image text and then I can enter it. But automation testing and the same way. In that situation, automation cannot perform. Not possible. So testing all functions is not possible. So that's the reason we give 80 to 90% penetration, automation penetration. What is the meaning of automation penetration? How many test cases are there? How many test scripts you are delivering? That details, okay, that ratio, what we are calling as a penetration. So I have 120 test scripts, test case are there. 120 test case are there. 120 test case are there. Okay. And I can automate 110. And the remaining 10 not possible due to some reasons. Then what is your automation penetration? Calci, right? 110 by 120. 91%, 92% penetration. That is the meaning of penetration. Automation penetration. So what is your automation penetration in your current project? Like that. Okay, what is the meaning of it is? I have 120 test cases, and out of 120 test cases, I can automate 110 test cases. So what is the percentage? 110 by 120. So 92% we can do penetration. So nothing but what, sir? In all area testing is not possible. How do I know? Read the test cases like that. We'll see that one. Okay. Next, sir.
Developing scripts, it takes so much time.
It requires a programming knowledge, right? Suppose manual testing whenever you're performing, sir, we won't require any programming knowledge. For example, see here. See, so I have a test case here. This is my test case. What do you do in manual tester? I'll write a story to test a functionality in English only. Anybody knows English, right? See. So I'm writing a story to test a functionality. So now what I'm doing, sir? So here we have an options, okay, preconditions. So now I'm testing my functionality called as user validate update user functionality. This test case, this functionality validates user update functionality. Q bank application should up. Let me open whether it is up or not. Q bank. It's up. At least one user should be available. Yes, available. The tester should log in with the Q bank user role. Right, login. Okay. Next, what it is saying, sir, here. Select to view or update user from user dropdown. Select that. Done. Verify these fields are available or not. Verify these fields are displaying or not. Displaying. Just I'm going testing as a manual. Okay. Update username, customer ID, and role type. Update username, customer ID, and role type. I'm trying to update this, but not working, not allowing. Application should not allow. Yes, working. Okay. Now, next one, what's it? Enter email ID, contact number, age, and display name with valid values and click on update button. Okay. So now update button. So update user page should be displayed with the below fields. So I'm sorry, this one, right? Old data, remove the old data and update with the new data. Right. So this I can test, right, by seeing the step-by-step process. I can test manually. I don't require any programming knowledge here because I know some English, right? So I can read some instructions and I can test here. I can apply the operations on application, right? But if it is a program, if I open some program here, see here, to understand this one, sir, you need some programming concepts. So there's a drawback, but I don't have programming concepts. Then you cannot use the tool. Drawbacks. But if I open a test case, yes, I can understand because it's a simple English language. I can test it. But if it is automation tool, sir, compulsory to write a program. To write a program, sir, I need to learn the tool first. I need programming concept, compulsory. Otherwise, I cannot continue, right? So it requires programming knowledge. So until unless programming knowledge is not there, then I cannot use. Okay. Sir, I'm non-IT background, sir. Then what is my case, sir? Srikar will take care. Next IT career institute take care. Srikar and sir, name. My name is Srikar Gupta, okay, for new guys. I will take care about that. Don't worry. If you're non-IT person also, don't worry. Okay, so we are learning core Java in details. Don't worry about that. Okay. Next, sir. Testing all functionality is not possible. It requires programming knowledge. Okay, and any other drawbacks, sir? You know, we have to buy automation tools. Okay, license. See, sir, some tools are freeware, okay, fine. But some tools like Tosca is there, is not a freeware, right? EFT is there, is not a freeware. I have to spend some dollars for that. Some of the automation tools. Drawback, that also drawback. Means what, sir? I have to spend extra money for that. Okay. But Selenium, yes, we don't have any tool cost. Directly I can use it. Okay. Any other drawbacks is there? I mean, drawbacks, disadvantages. Proficiency is required to write automation scripts. It's expensive to buy. In all areas, automation not possible. That's it. Okay. So testing all functionality is not possible. It requires a programming knowledge. And we have to buy some automation tools. We have to spend some dollars. Okay. So what is software testing and what are the ways are there? Manual and automation. And what is manual testing and drawbacks of manual testing? And what is automation testing, advantages, and then what are the drawbacks of automation testing? Okay. So majorly it requires programming. Okay. And it is expensive. So whenever you want to buy Tosca, right, it's nearly 10 lakhs per annum for one resource. So 5 members are working, so 50 lakhs towards the license cost only. And next year again we have to renew the license. So and all area testing is not possible, but manual is possible. Okay, so this is about the drawbacks of automation testing. Clear? Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? Okay. So next, difference between manual and automation testing. So what is the difference between manual testing and automation testing? Okay. See you. Caesar, 1 second. When do we start automation testing? Okay. Caesar, for every project, nobody will suggest to perform automation testing first time directly. Okay. First, manual testing is completed, then only we go for automation testing. Application is stable, then only we go for automation testing. Major, we are focusing on regression execution to reduce the regression execution time. What is the regression execution time? So what is the regression execution, sir? Already some functional test cases or test scripts are functionality tested. Due to some code modifications, we are testing the old functionality that we are calling as a regression. Mostly new functionalities are testing by manual, regression by automation. Get clear? So whenever any project development first time, compulsory functional testing and then automation testing. Okay, so your answer is what, sir? After completion of functional testing. Okay, after completion of functional testing, we go for automation testing. See, I have an application software and I want to test it. Two ways are there, manual and automation. Okay. So first directly I won't involve automation. First manual testing is mandatory for every project, any type of project, compulsory. Any domain, okay, any type of project. First manual testing is mandatory. Once manual testing is completed, I mean 80 to 90% functionality testing is completed. Next we are involving automation. What is the goal for automation? To reduce the regression execution time. Like that. Okay. When do we start automation? After completion of function testing. Okay, good question. Next. Difference between manual testing and automation testing. See here. Yeah. So left side manual, right side automation. Okay. So testing is implemented by manual testing. Testing is implemented by using any automation tool, automation testing. Okay. Next. It is the best process for the application which the functionalities are less or having a less cycles. The less scope of regression is there. Go for manual. But my application is telecom domain application, insurance domain application, banking domain application, having 1,000, 2,000 functionalities are there, and we have a more regression execution scope is there. Then go for what's it? Automation testing. Okay. The test case development time is less. The data development, the test development time is less. So in manual testing, what do? We write some test cases. Okay. But here we write the test scripts. The development time is more here. The writing test cases manual, writing test scripts and automation. Test case writing takes less time. Test script with the programming takes more time. But this is only one-time activity. Writing test case in manual testing is one-time activity, and writing a test scripts in automation is one-time activity. Here we have a question. See, sir, what is this? So now I have a total functionality. Yeah, total functionalities are 100. Suppose 1,000. Okay, so now manual testing. Test case design, right? Test case design. Per day, how many test cases we can write? Anybody from manual testing? Depends, sir. Per day, how many test cases we can write per day?
15 to 20.
Exactly. Yeah. So mostly 10 to 15. We can also increase up to 20. So overall, consider 20.
Yeah, without
20
meetings.
good higher. 15 is enough.
Without meetings.
Three-thirds, I mean, complete 8 hours productivity. Yeah. Yeah, 8 hours. I mean, if you are working for 8 hours per day, right? 9 hours, but 1 hour break, right? Lunch break, morning, evening, the snacks break like that. Okay, mid morning and evening snacks. Only breaks one time. So 8 hours is the productivity. But if you are working agile model, sir, 6 hours only. Okay. So 15 per day. So to complete 1,000 scripts, how many days we require? So 1,000 by 15. This is with respect to one resource, okay?
3 days కి ఒక టెస్ట్ కేస్ అయిద్ది మాది ఆటోమేషన్.
కానీ రాస్తే
ఏంటండి కొట్లాడుకుంటారా? టెస్ట్ కేస్ సార్. Who is that? Madam? Madam?
సారీ సార్, హంస.
Hamsalekha, right? So Hamsalekha from New Zealand, right?
Yes, sir.
అట్లా కొట్టుకోకూడదు. ఓకేనా? రైట్. ఎవరు మేడం పక్కన ఫంక్షన్ టెస్ట్ ఉన్నారా?
మా హస్బెండ్ సార్.
మీరు ఆటోమేషన్ హస్బెండ్ ఫంక్షనల్?
కాదు సార్, డేటా ఇంజనీర్.
ఓ డేటా ఇంజనీర్. ఓకే. See you. Your husband also listening, madam?
Yes, sir. Just like he's
Then you have to
working.
pay 2 times fees, okay? You pay only.
No, sir. He's
Just kidding, okay? మీరు ఒకటే పే చేశారు ఫీజ్ మరి. Just kidding, okay? Just kidding.
Okay.
So if you are a manual tester and you are writing a test cases, okay, per day 15. So total 1,000 ఉన్నాయి. So total 67 days. Okay. So convert into automation now. Convert into automation. Okay. Now, so test script design and the programs design. Okay. So per day, how many automation scripts? చెప్తారా ఎవరన్నా 1 or 1.5 max 2. See here we have a complexity based on complexity: high, medium, low. High means 0% reusability. Okay, 50% reusability. Low means what's up? 100% reusability. What is reusability? We are writing code one time and using many times. Reusability. Okay. So based on this complexity, we decide how many scripts you are writing per day. Okay. If it is high, we can write only one script. If it is medium, we can write 2 or 3. And if it is low, 5 to 10. You know? Okay. Combining all of this complexity, we can write only 2 because I have to execute a test script with different data also. See, automation test script design means what, sir? You are writing a program and you are making sure that the program is working for different data, positive data, negative data. That also you have to verify. Okay, it requires only per day you can deliver only 2 to 3 max. So max 5 అనుకోండి అన్ని average గా కలుపుకుంటే max 5. కంబైనింగ్ హై మీడియం లో అంతకంటే ఎక్కువ చేయలేరు. ఓకేనా, చేసినా ప్రొడక్టివిటీ రాదు. Your scripts won't work for further data changing. Okay, 5. So total how many, sir? 1000 by 5. So total you have to spend at 200 days. 200 days. That is the difference. So development less in manual. Test development is more in automation. But this is only one time, sir. Release 1, I have written some test scripts. In release 2, I am not writing again. What are the scripts I designed? I am going to reuse those. Is the test case or test scripts? This is the drawback. So manual testing takes development takes less time, but automation takes more time. But this is important. Test execution time is more. Here, see the 4th point. Test execution time is more here, but here less. Test development is only one-time activity, but test execution time is we are repeating for every release. This is important. Test execution time is more in manual, but less in automation. That's important. Okay. Here, manual testing. The data needs to be provided by manually. Automation, sir. The data, the test data. What is the meaning of test data, sir? The data which you are providing to the application for testing is called as the test data. So whenever you are a manual tester, my data, I have to verify some account transfer. Okay. On account balance, I have to verify. And that account number you need, right? Account number data is getting from database. So manually you have to open that database. Manually you have to write the query, and then you have to execute manually and fetch the data manually and enter into the application manually. Takes some time. But in automation, sir, I can write a program to fetch the data from database based on given query. I don't require to open database. I am writing a program. Your automation test script will take care about that. Data can be generated by tool itself. So in automation, sir, I am removing all manual interactions. That is Sangat. Okay. Now, Sixth point. The test reports can be generated by manually. The test reports can be generated by automatically. Means I have executed all my test scripts. If you're a manual tester, you have to send the status reports to your manager or client, right? Or then you have to analyze manually how many executed. You are noting down and preparing a status report. How many passed, how many fails, how many defects I raised. All this information you are writing physically. But automation, sir, I can write a program to fetch all the details. How many scripts executed, how many passed, how many failed. And also I can write a program to send the status to email also. Okay. So test reports can be generated by manually, but automation, sir, test reports can be generated by automatically. And during execution, if you're finding any defects, sir, manually you're tracking, sir. But automation, sir, we can write a program where we can track the defects with programming automatically. But in manual, sir, no programming knowledge is required. But in automation, sir, a minimum programming knowledge is required. Compulsory. Okay. So this is about the difference between manual testing and then automation test. Okay. Now. So next we'll see tomorrow. Yeah. What test cases can be automated? See what is types of testing can be done by automation and what test cases can be automated, what test cases cannot be automated, and what is our automation process. Okay, that we'll cover tomorrow. Any questions, sir? I missed an introduction here. Did I miss an introduction here? Okay. Any questions? No questions? See, sir. If you're having no questions in the sense what, sir, you understood the subject 100% or you're not understanding anything. Okay? Understanding anything అనుకోవాలా మీకు 100% సబ్జెక్ట్ అర్థం అనుకోవాలా at least respond for this. Hello.
Yes, sir. I don't have any doubts.
Yeah,
Yes, sir, understood, sir.
we understood, sir.
బట్ రాను సినిమాగా మారుతుంది ఓకేనా పిక్చర్లో కొద్దిగా సినిమాగా మారుతుంది అంటే మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి బికాస్ జస్ట్ అని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ వీఆర్ డిస్కసింగ్ జస్ట్ బేసిక్స్ ఉంది రైట్ బట్ వెన్ ఎవర్ వి స్టార్ట్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్ రైట్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ కొద్దిగా ప్రాబ్లమేటిక్గా ఉంటుంది బట్ వీ కెన్ ఓవర్కమ్ విత్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ప్రాక్టీస్ మేక్స్
And perfect.
women also both okay
Okay, sir.
why only men, sir?
Okay.
You women perfect also they practice they also get right. So both perfect. Okay, practice makes Mr. and Mrs. are men and women both perfect. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, sir, thank you. We will meet tomorrow same time 9:30. Okay. Bye. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Right.